Hello everybody, happy 4th of July. I hope everybody is having a wonderful, excellent, and fantastic 4th of July. I hope everybody is safe, and if you're going to drive, please do not drink. That's my safety announcement. So today, to celebrate Independence Day, I have decided to show everybody my wrap up for the year, end of the year, dollar a day preps. Kind of show you how you can become more independent on just $1 a day. I'd like to say a few things before I show you the grand finale, as it were. So the reason I started this is I was watching, and I watched some of the prepper channels out there and stuff. But I was over at a prepper channel, and a couple of them actually, Gray Man Prepping. I was over at his channel, and he would be talking about, you know, just get out, get started, and you'd see all of these comments on their live streams. You'd see all of these comments. I can't afford to prep. I don't have the money. I don't have the means. I live on a limited budget. Yeah, I would see all of this stuff on his channel, and also the Alaska Prepper. On his channel, he'd always be getting these comments on his live streams when I watched him that, oh, I just can't afford it. It costs too much. Oh, I wish I was as lucky as you to have as much money as you do. Not all of us can be so lucky to have a YouTube channel that pays us money. And it really got me thinking, how can I help people to understand it doesn't take that much to prep? And as the Alaska Prepper says, slow and steady wins the race. You don't have to go out and invest $1,000 all at once and be prepped. In fact, if you do that, you're more likely not to be prepped, because you're going to go out, buy a whole bunch of stuff that you think you're going to use. If you're on a limited income, that's really going to take a toll on your finances if you do it all at once. I recommend that you do a little bit at a time. Slow and steady. Buy a little bit here, buy a little bit there. Like my $1 a day preps, not everything is not dated around the same time. It's not going to all go outdated. And the dates, they're just a suggestion anyway. Because if it's a canned good item, and do your own research, don't take my word for it, do your own research. But I believe, and for my personal use, my canned goods, they're good until I open them up. They're going to be good for 5 years, 6 years. And in that 5 or 6 years, I will have used it up and replaced it with something else. You know, it's just crazy to me that somebody will take the excuse of, I can't afford, I can't do. I can't needs to be taken out of your vocabulary, especially when it comes to prepping. Start thinking, I can. And then you can accomplish something. If you say, I can't, you will never accomplish anything. You'll be stuck right where you are, and you'll never get anywhere. And that's sad. But that's a total different video. That's for another time. Just take I can't out of your vocabulary and put I can in there instead. Because if I can do it, anybody can do it. That's how I look at it. That's pretty much my philosophy. You know what? If I can do this, so can you. Enough of my rant. Kind of off on a tangent there. Let's go over and look at the pile that I have saved up for a year. It's taken me a year to get here. It didn't happen overnight, but it is a very big pile. So these are all my buckets for the $1 a day prep. Right there for 1 year. And this is not everything, because I actually have a grocery bag the oats over there. I have some canned hamburger that I still have to go grab. But this is the buckets that I have. There might be a couple more hiding inside that I have to go through my list and check off the items as I'm pulling them out and stacking them up for you to see the $1 a day prep. But that is a lot of food right there, for sure. And that is $1 a day for 1 year, with $1.13 left over, carrying into my next phase of the $1 a day. So I'm going to start popping the tops off of these and getting it stacked out and getting it all checked off to make sure that I don't miss anything. So as soon as I get that done, I will bring you right back. So this is me about an hour later, trying to keep track of and mark off everything as I go as to what I have for my $1 a day preps. That's half the list right there. And I flip that page over and it's the other half. But that's a little bit of it. Just trying to get it organized so that I can tell you exactly what I got. So there it is, folks. That is the pile of food. That is 1 year's $1 a day prep. Yeah, you'll have to forgive the backdrop. I wanted to do this in the shade where the sun wasn't shining. Try to get it all in. Doing a circle. I hope you don't get dizzy easy. If you get dizzy, close your eyes. So we're gonna do a circle. Okay, I'm gonna go up the stairs. And that is the pile you get for the pile that I got for $1 a day. Try to keep from falling. I'll go through a little bit of the list of what I got. This is not going to be an all-inclusive list. This is just going to be some of the highlights. So first of all, the mini Sawyer water filtration system. You don't have to get a mini Sawyer if you don't want, but I do recommend that you get a water filtration system of some sort for any emergency. I live in a dry cabin. I have this mini Sawyer. I have one for each member of the family. I also have a Berkey that I purchased a few years ago. I do not use it on a daily basis. It is set aside for an emergency. If I ever have to use it, I have 3 extra sets of filters that I bought when I bought the Berkey, just in case. And that was before all of this stuff really went down. I know that they've gotten more expensive now, but there are lots of videos on YouTube, people showing you how to make a homemade Berkey system, because the filters are really the only thing you really have to have. They're the ones that's what is the main component on there, and I just recommend that everybody have a water filter system for their preps. I'm not talking end of the world here. What I'm talking is, so say the power goes out, and that means that the city water isn't running, and you might have to revert to using not such clean, wonderful water, maybe rainwater that you've collected. And you're going to, before you drink that, you're going to want to boil it, run it through a filtration system, bare minimum. You're going to want to do that. You're going to want to be able to treat that water somehow so that it is safe for you to drink. Okay, so 60 pounds of rice. I have rice everywhere because every time I go to the store, I buy rice. It's just one of those foods that stores real easy, stores for a long time, and it is nutritious. And this is a 20-pound bag that I got. I put it into old soda pop bottles with oxygen absorbers in there, and those things are dented in, and that tells me that the oxygen absorbers are doing their job. They sucked the oxygen out of that container, and that gave it a, in my opinion, do your own research, make your decisions for yourself, but that gave me 30 years on those bottles of rice. And I just did that a few videos ago. I do have the dates written on the back side of that. The next thing I have is flour. I have 20 pounds of flour. I have the Progresso soup that I got a huge smoking deal on. You have to go back and watch that video, but I do believe I paid 25 cents a can for that soup. So, woohoo, wonderful deal. That was like the smoking deal of the century, or one of them at least. I got 8 of the Campbell's cream of chicken soup. I have 9 pearl barleys. I have some home canned asparagus. Each of those jars holds about 2 pounds of asparagus. Just under 2 pounds of asparagus in each jar. I did put jalapenos in there for a little bit more flavor. And now that I'm doing this video, I am really excited to open that up and taste it, because I've been waiting to do this video before I ate any of them. So I'm really excited to be able to finally open that up. And I know Kara is as well. She said, "Oh, I forgot about the asparagus." Yes, I'm excited to try that. As I was building this tower. 24 chicken broths. I have the Kroger canned chicken breast. When they had it on sale, I believe I paid $6.99 for a 6-pack of those. It might have been $8.99, but I'm thinking it was $6. You have to go back and watch the video. I tell you in the video how much I paid for it. So even I forget how much I paid for all of this stuff. I just know I paid $1 a day. I have 19 cans of tomatoes, various styles. A lot of Italian, a lot of diced, a lot of peach. I don't know why I have them all turned. A lot of petite diced tomatoes. But I have 19 of those. I have 20 of the pasta sauce, spaghetti sauce, as everybody else calls it. Various makes and flavors on that. 22 of the noodles. I do have like some linguine, some spaghetti, but mostly we really like the elbow macaroni. It kind of blends. It lends itself to almost everything. We like to eat a lot of, we call it goulash. Just kind of spaghetti with elbow macaroni rather than the long spaghetti noodles. And the sauce is a little bit thicker. I got 10 pounds of pancake mix. So I have salt, parsley, I got some cumin, some chili powder, I did realize that there are some spices that I was thinking that I had in this, but I do not have. So I will be adding them to my $1 a day preps here really soon so that I have them. 13 pounds of oatmeal. We're almost 13 pounds, so that's 10 pounds right there. And then I have a 2-pound 10-ounce, so it's container, and it's almost 13 pounds. I have 7 pounds of pinto beans, and with the amount of rice that I have, you'd think I'd have more pinto beans, but to tell you the truth, so this isn't everything that I stocked. This is just a way to show people what $1 a day will buy them and what it can do for them. I do have other preps, and 20-pound bags of black beans and pinto beans are among those. So that's why I have in my $1 a day preps so small of amount of pinto beans. But I recommend that you go out and you buy your rice and your pinto beans. One of the first things if you're just getting started. Get started with the basics, but those are going to last you the longest in your preps, and they go well with lots of different dishes. I have canned vegetables. I didn't write down the number, but instant coffee and tea, because you're going to want to have some caffeine if you're used to your coffee. So I only have one here, and in all honesty, I will be adding more because the instant coffee will last for what I can do the rest of my life. If as long as I don't open it, that will last the rest of my lifetime. And after that, I just don't have to worry about it, right? We're only worried about our lifetime. And the tea, so I drink a lot of tea. I drink a cup of tea every morning, and I said that in my video. But I also like to, this is the cheapest tea that I've found, and it does taste good. I like the taste of it. I take my food saver and I actually vacuum pack the tea. I put the tea bags into the bags and I suck the air out. And I'm figuring that will last me a good 10 years if I have to. And then, so the only thing I don't have on here that I did get is I was planning on having my chicken breast that I bought on sale. I was planning on having it canned, and I just have never gotten around to it. So that is still in freezer camp, and I won't be getting it out until I am ready to can it. And then I believe it was like week 25 and 26, I got almost 7 pounds of hamburger, and we did can that, and there we go. And the 7 pounds of hamburger, almost 7 pounds of hamburger turned into 6 containers of hamburger canned up, and that will store for at least 5 years as far as I'm concerned. But then again, that's me. You do your own research. I'm an expert in a couple of things. Giving you the date of how long stuff will last is not one of them. So do your own research, make your own decisions. But I do want to tell you that you should probably get out there and start prepping. I want to encourage everybody to start prepping. And if you think that you can't do it, this is just proof that you can. $1 a day. Now maybe you can only spare $1 a week. So every week you go buy 1 can of soup. So that you do that for one year, and you have 52 cans of soup. You might get really tired of eating cans of soup, but if you ever had to, you're going to be darn happy that you bought that 1 can of soup a week. I got the country gravy, and a lot of this stuff, I go look at the clearance bins, and everybody thinks that the clearance bins are for stuff that's outdated, but you'd be wrong, because this was in the clearance bin. I paid 49 cents, and it doesn't outdate until August of 23. Try to remember the chicken broth. That was in the clearance bin, 29 cents. 29 cents a can. I mean, you can't beat that. And it's still good until December 3rd, 2022. Now you say, well, that's an awful lot of chicken broth to have if it's going to outdate at the end of this year. It won't outdate, actually, at the end of the year. That's their best buy date. That's the date they put on there so that the stores will throw it away if it doesn't sell and buy more. That's so that they can get you to buy it, and if you see it in your cupboard after that date, they want you to throw it away so that you will go buy more. That's my own personal opinion. That's, that's one man's opinion. You make up your own mind and how you think about it. But I've heard it be said that that is merely a suggestion. Guidelines. It is not the absolute law. Try to remember. Oh, the parsley. So the store got this in. They don't normally stock it, so they were selling it for 50 cents. And let's see if I can find the date on here really quick. I know. So again, you can't see it very well. It's not, there we go. Did it focus? There we go. 12 of 22. And I'm going to tell you, as long as that is sealed, that parsley will stay fresh. Once you open it, yeah, it's going to go bad, and probably, I would want to use it up within a year once I opened it. Another thing that you should get a lot of, and I don't have enough in my $1 a day preps, and that's because is salt. And that is because I have about 200 pounds that I've purchased, 25 pounds at a time, and I was getting that for right around $8 for 25 pounds, and now it's pushing $13 for 25 pounds. So that's another thing, but that's the best way to buy it, is in the 25-pound container. But if all you have is $1 a day, and you can get that for $1.29, it only takes you 1 1/4 days to buy that container of salt. Slow and steady wins the race. And if I had to, I could live off of that. Now, I don't foresee the day where this is the only thing I have to eat. But I do foresee the day where I break into this because I can't afford to go out and buy everything. Plus, if you have this and you got soup for $1.25, if you got chicken broth for 29 cents, you got asparagus and canned it on your own when it was on sale for $1.99 a pound, you bought the tomatoes when they were 79 cents a can, you will have them long enough that you can wait until they go on sale again, which saves you money in the long run. Yeah, these don't go on sale anymore for 79 cents a can. Now they are, when they go on sale, they're 3 for $5, which makes them like $1.60 a can. It's expensive compared to what we used to pay, but we have to forget about what we used to pay because those prices are gone. We have to live in the new reality of higher prices. So you need to still, as you're eating your supplies out of your preps, you have to replace them. But if you stock up and have them, then you can get through a bad time, bad weather, natural disaster. You lose your job. You don't have to worry about you're going to starve. You're going to go hungry. Your car breaks down. You don't have to worry about you're going to go hungry or you can't afford to fix your car. You have your preps to eat on so that you can afford to pay to fix your vehicle so that you can still get to work. Just some suggestions that I have for you. I know I kind of got off onto a tangent and I was ranting just a little bit. But I just wanted to say the reason I started my $1 a day preps was because so many people in the comment section on other people's channels, on their lives, there were so many people commenting that they couldn't afford to do it. And I just wanted to show you that you can afford to do it, even if it's just a little bit at a time. I think that stuff kind of needs to be said, and it's just how I feel. Thank you for watching this edition of Not So Remote Alaska. I hope you enjoyed the reveal. I hope you got something out of it. And hopefully if you haven't started prepping, hopefully that will encourage you to start prepping, even if it's just a little bit at a time. Just a couple dollars at a time. And until next time, may God bless and keep each and every one of you. And with that, I'm out.